Hello crochet friends, welcome back. We're working on our cross bookmarks and this is the final border, okay? So this is going to be the last part of the cross here. I am switching my colors. I know I was using this pretty peach, but I'm going to go to a white for my final border. You don't have to switch. We talked about that before, right? So you can do whatever you choose, but I'm going to go on to this white here in case you're wondering what I am doing. But I'm going to make a loop and drop my working tail behind, enter, grab it with my hook and pull it up on the shank. And we're going to join with a slip stitch, okay? So we're going to take our cross and let's turn it upside down here so we can see what we're doing. We want to work at the very center. We want to join in the very center or as close to it as we can find here, right? So I'm thinking that, I'm just trying to take a look at it here. I'm going to go into right here. I'm going to enter and use your working yarn, not your tail. Yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch, okay? Okay. Now, let's see here. We want to work around the whole thing, but we're going to start ourselves out with a chain one, and then we're going to single crochet each of these little stitches that we have around the bottom of this circle here, okay? So we're going to single crochet in each stitch. So we're going to enter, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two. Go into the next one, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two. And the next, these are all getting single crochets in each of these. These were our those end stitches we had. Remember, we went around each end and we did nice little single crochets. Oh, it's so good, isn't it? So these are single crochets over our single crochets. Alrighty. Now we get to our chain spaces. Let's see. So here's our first chain space. Now, this depends on your hook size, your yarn, how tight you crochet, as to how many single crochets you're going to put into this space. I think I'm going to put 3. So we're going to enter, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 1. I'm going to go right back in, 2, and 3. And I think that is going to be, yeah, that fills it perfectly for mine. If you are looser, tighter, whatever you need to do, if you need 3 or 4 or maybe 5, it's up to you. But these little single crochet areas, these spaces, I'm sorry, these chain 2 spaces, we're going to go all the way around and fill all of these. So we're going to fill them like that. It's up to you how many you want. Just make sure whatever you do that you're just doing it uniform. That's all. So whatever you do on this side, you have to do on the other side, okay? So I'm going to do 3 for demonstration, and we're going to just keep on trucking along here in these chain spaces with 3 single crochets for me, and you do whatever it is that you need to do. If you get to a regular stitch, we'll single crochet that. Whoops. But I think the rate I'm going here, this is looking good. It's kind of pulling it nicely, I think. So I'm going to keep trucking along, going into my chain 2 spaces. All right, until we get to our end pieces up there. So let's just keep going along with all these nice little chain 2 spaces. See right here. And we're going to give it 3. It just depends. Everybody, you know, we all do things differently. So if you're doing it and you're like, oh, this is way too full or not full enough, you do what you need to do. Just like I said, just make it uniform. That's all. Okay, so now we are at our chain. If you remember our chain that went across, right, and it went up to the arm, it was bigger, right? It was originally a chain 3. So here I'm going to probably do 5 single crochets. We can do 6 if we need it. So, you know, again, up to you. We're just going to make sure that we're doing it the same the whole way. I dropped a little piece there. Hang up. Ooh, let's look here. Ooh. I think I did. All right, I think I have everybody now. Okay, I'm sorry. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to do 5 and see how it looks. 4 and 5. Okay, let's take a look-see at this. See, I think that looks good. I think that filled it evenly. So I'm going to go with 5 for mine. Okay, you do what you need to do. And I'm back now to a chain 2 space. I think I dropped a piece again. I could feel it like on my hook there. There we go. So it's another chain 2 space. So now I'm going to go back, like I was saying, to the 3 single crochets. So this is going to be 3 here. All right. And then, so now I know that my regulars here are getting 3, but my little inside corners there are going to get 5. Alrighty. So here's another chain. This looks good. This is really building it up nicely. I like it. And I think it definitely gives it a little more detail, you know? I like that. All right, so here we are. Now, we're at the end of the little arm here, right? Our right-hand side arm. Everybody there? That's where we're at. Okay, so now we want to make this a little ornate. So at the end of our arms and the top, so we're going to do in the middle of this shell, the chain space up here, like toward that part, and the middle of the next shell is what we're going to do here, okay? So we're going to do a single crochet, a chain 4, and a single crochet, all in the same space. And that's gonna make a nice little decorative point. So actually, I think I'm going to do it on the first stitch here. So let's go into our first stitch. Enter single crochet. I think that's where it was supposed to be. Let me see here. I think that looks right to me. Chain 4, 1, oh dear. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Now we're gonna do a single crochet right back in that same stitch, right where you did the first single crochet. All right, now let's take a look at that. And that's going to give you this little decorative dot. It will come together like this. And it's just going to make it, pretty. It's going to give it detail, okay? So then we're going to single crochet these stitches, okay, because we have regular stitches here, right? Until we get to the top there, right where our centerpiece was there. Okay, now single crochet right here. Chain 4, chain 1, 2, dear me, I apologize, I'm having troubles, 2, 3, and 4, woo. And now go right back in that same stitch and give it a single crochet. Okay, all right, that's our little dot there, number 2. All right. Now, let's go on single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and this is our last one before the chain space. So we're going to single crochet. We're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then single crochet right back in that same space. Okay. All right, and now we're back to our chains. So I'm going to do 3 single crochets because this is a standard 2 chain, right? It's not our big long one. That's 3. Go into my next one. 1, 2, and 3. Doing okay. Next one. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we are back to one of those inner corners, okay? And this was the chain 3. I'm going to do 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? All right. Everybody with me? That's a lot, I know. But we're going to work through this together, though, because it is a lot going on. Now we're back to a regular chain space, and it's going to get 3. 1, 2, and 3, okay? Next chain space, 3 single crochets. At least it's all single crochets, right? Except for those little dot things. That's not bad. All right, now go into the first stitch. So for me, it's this one right here. Single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet right back in there, okay? Single crochet to the top. So nice and easy, we've got this. I'm gonna go to the top with just our single crochets. So where our little hole there is from our chain space. So single crochet, chain 4, chain 3, sorry, no 4, it is 4. I get myself all confused. Single crochet, okay, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet. Y'all, sorry. Oh boy, all these 3s, 5s, 4s, I'm getting myself all messed up. All right, whew, take a breather. Single crochet, back down the other side here. Oh dear, oh, I love it. It's nothing but fun. I enjoy doing this with y'all. I just hope I'm not driving you crazy. Okay, this is our last one. So single crochet. Oh, come on. There we go. Single crochet, chain 4. I'm gonna chain 4 this time. And then I'm gonna single crochet right back in there. Hopefully. There we go. All right. Let's take a break for a second and look at this. So it makes these little points just to be nice and decorative and pretty. And when we are done, you can either press this or block it, whichever is easier. Don't worry, right now it's a little wonky because we're uneven. So it will flatten out better once we block it, or you can iron, like I said, whatever's easier for you. This is a cotton that I'm using, so I think I'm probably gonna block this. You could even use starch. I mean, that's an option too. Here's our next space. This one gets 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Something like this you really could starch to make it nice and stiff. Go into the next one. 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we're back to that corner, right? Now I'm doing 5. So whatever you did on your other corner, inner corners there, do the same. You know what I mean? Just make sure you're making it consistent, that's all. it's not about the number of stitches here. This is more about just it being even. This arm's getting in my way. You see me fighting with it. Oh dear. Everything's going wonky. Okay, now go into my next chain, and this is just going to be 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. There's another chain. So it's not, like I said, not hard. I don't feel that this is hard. I know that y'all are so wonderful at single crochets and chaining. I mean, not taxing. It's just you gotta find your right spaces. Make sure you're in your chain spaces, and then that you're just making them equal. That's all. It's all good. Okay, we're back to going into our stitch. So this is going to be the first little point for this side, right? Doesn't feel right to me. I'm going to try again. Sorry. Here we go. That feels better. Single crochet, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, go right back in. Same stitch there. Single crochet again. Alrighty. And that makes your first point. Now, single crochet your stitches to the top, in the middle there, I guess you would call it, of the arm, just like we did on all the other parts there. I think these are nice. I think that you definitely could make a bunch of these. It just, once you learn the pattern, you know what I mean? You just got to get that pattern down. Okay, I'm at the top here. I'm single crocheting. I'm going to chain 4. I think it's really pretty. And then single crochet right back in that same stitch. Now, single crochet your stitches going back down the other side, right? Now this is my last stitch, but this is also where I knotted off, so it looks a little funky. But I'm going to single crochet, I'm going to chain 4, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go right back in and give it another single crochet. Okay, right, and that gives us the 3 points on that arm. Okay, all right, now we're going to work our way back down. We're doing great, y'all. You're really doing good with this. I know it's hard, but you're doing so good. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to go right to the chain space, 3 single crochets. All right, because it's a regular chain. It's not a corner. 2 and 3. I'm hoping my thumbs are not in the way too much, but it's a little floppy and I'm really trying to hold on to it. Next chain space between the next shells, right? All right. That's 3. Next chain space. This one gets 3. Corner's coming up next, okay? 2 and 3. You doing okay? Oh, I know you can do this. I know you can. I know you can. Just take your time. Okay, I'm at a corner, so I'm going to do 5, and you do 5 or whatever it was you needed for all your other ones, okay? That's 1. These are, again, single crochets. 3, 4. Oh, 1 more. 5. It's just like flopping all over the place, isn't it? Feels like I'm working on a fish. Floppy. All right. Next, chain space. These are regular, so I give them 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're done with all the points, so we don't have any more points because at the bottom is where we're going to do a tassel. Here is what I believe, yep, this is my last space. I'm doing 3 single crochets. Okay, now here we are. we're getting to the end, and we're going to single crochet these just like we did on the other side until we get to where we joined. All right, so let's single crochet each of these. Okay, that was my last one, and we're going to go right here into our first stitch from the beginning and give it a slip stitch. So enter, yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. Now, to make our tassel, we need a chain for it to hang off of. So we are going to chain 30 from right here. So yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go all the way to 30. Okay, I have 30, and what we want to do here is we can cut this. So leave a little bit of length on here for you, and we can cut this. Now we're going to take our yarn, and I'm going to use both colors. I'm going to use the white and this peach that I did the cross in, right? And we're going to cut pieces about 10 pieces, 4 to 5 inches long, okay? So let's go ahead and cut about 10 of these, 4 to 5 inches long, and we'll attach it. Here we go. Okay, I've got my pieces, and just pull your hook out and pull your tail through so that you end your chain piece, because that's what we're going to use to tie around these little tassel-y pieces, okay? So kind of try to find your middle and use your tail from your chains. We're just gonna knot it. All right, try to get it as close to the chain portion as you can. It would look pretty with beads too, if you'd like to do beads on here. Whatever you'd like. Work of art, right? Work of art. Okay, so I'm just trying to get as close to the middle as I can here. Alrighty, I might give it one more for safety, right? Because I have that fear of it all coming undone. Okay, one more little knot, and then grab another little strand to tie around the middle, okay? To make the tassel correct. I don't know why I'm having so many troubles here. It's like I'm all thumbs. Dear. Okay. Just trying to make it neat, and sometimes it's hard for me to make things neat in the screen of the camera so that y'all can see too at the same time. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that strand there, and we'll trim this all after. But grab another little piece, white or whatever color you want to use, because you want to have that little bump kind of at the top, right? So if this is the front of my cross, this would be the front of my tassel. So I'm going to bring it around, you know what I mean? So you have that little top piece. All right, and give it a knot. This would be easier if I had someone holding it. If you have someone to hold for you, grab them. I think it might be easier. Keep everybody straight here. All right, I got it. Not too bad. But a second pair of hands probably would be handy. All right, there we are. So I've got that knotted on. If you have any of those little metal brackets, you could do that too. That would also be pretty to hold it, you know what I mean? Like for jewelry making or such. So just grab your scissors and make your little ends nice and, I'm gonna put them over here, out of the way, nice and pretty. Okay, so we need to tuck in our tails. Our tassel is now done. So I have this tail to tuck in, and I got a couple more to trim up here. And this is it. This is the cross. Now it is a little, is it a little curvy? Like it wants to go every which way? So this is what I was saying. You could steam with your iron, right? You could do this, block it like we do with dishcloths. You could do that too, because that will make everything cinch up nice and tight. But I think it's a beautiful, beautiful cross, and I think this would make a lovely gift for somebody. I'm hoping you can see the whole thing, but with the tail, with the little tassel tail on it, it's cute and it's really nice. Maybe for baptism, confirmation, whatever, or just and I'm thinking of you, I think is lovely. So this is a nice pattern. These make it very ornate and pretty. So just block it or steam it with your iron. If you're going to use your iron, do not put it directly on your work, right? Hold it above it. You don't want to, if there's any acrylic in it at all, it would melt it. But it also could just put burn marks on your work. So always hold it up above it or put a damp towel on top, and then you can press the towel, right? I'm sure y'all are very well aware of all that, but I just always feel like I gotta help people out because I do silly things sometimes too. We all do. So this is it. This was the cross project. I enjoyed being on this journey with you. Give us a like and subscribe if you'd like to see other videos as they come out, other projects, and enjoy this. Have fun with it and make a whole bunch. I think they're just absolutely beautiful. So take your time with it and have fun. Try it with different yarns and threads. Just give it a whirl. I'll see you next time. Thank you and have a joyful day.